Are you lacking faith in your power of manifesting? The reason I'm asking the question is that I noticed that many of you are. And that's totally normal if you are new at this. But you've got to understand that doubts and manifesting don't go very well together. So in this video, we are going to discuss how you can gain confidence in your manifesting powers so you can manifest on command much easier. Hello, manifestors. I am a manifestation coach, and if you are interested in one-on-one coaching or email coaching, please check the links down below. And I also have a Facebook group that is blowing up right now, and you can check the link down below for that as well. Just be sure to answer the couple of questions that we ask you, and we'll get you in ASAP. Okay, the first thing you've got to remember, and I assure you that this should definitely increase your confidence in your manifesting power. And that thing is, if you are right now in a situation that you don't like, that you don't want, you have manifested it. Whether it has to do with money, with a specific person, with health, or anything else, you have manifested your situation. So the first thing that you need to do is to take full responsibility for your present situation. And this is going to be the first step into gaining confidence in your manifesting powers. I know it was for me. When I fully realized and took responsibility for what was happening to me, for what I was attracting and manifesting in my life, that's when I became aware of my manifesting powers. Not because I was manifesting good stuff, but because I was manifesting very bad situations. As a matter of fact, one of the bad experiences that I had manifested, that to this day is the proof to me that we are powerful manifestors and that we can manifest big stuff in just a few minutes, it's a car accident that I've talked about often to my clients. I have manifested a car accident one day, a long time ago, in under 2 minutes. I manifested a car. I materialized a car that wasn't there, but which appeared in my reality because I manifested it. And this was and still is to this day probably the most powerful example that I am a powerful manifester. Now, yes, I also have very positive examples, but what I want to say here is that you do not need positive experiences to prove to yourself that you are powerful manifestors. So even though you may not have a single positive experience so far, you can look at your negative experiences to remind yourself that you are a powerful manifester. So whatever it is that you are experiencing right now that you do not want in your life, you have manifested it. Therefore, you are a powerful manifester. All you need to do now is to switch your thinking pattern, because all of us, we have a certain thinking pattern. So if for the better part of your life, most likely pretty much your whole adult life, you have had a negative thinking pattern, obviously the average manifestation that you are manifesting in your life is going to be something that you do not like. As Neville Goddard used to say, the subconscious mind doesn't care what you want, doesn't care about that at all. The subconscious mind is going to deliver what you are, not what you want. So even though you want good things as any normal person would be, but if your thinking pattern is tuned in negative, the negative for the most part, you are not going to be able to manifest what you want. You are only going to manifest what you are. That's why, in order to manifest what you want, you need to become that which you want. Not just wanting it, but becoming it. So I am going to give you a little analogy here so you will understand the difference between just wanting your desire and becoming your desire. And I see a lot of you reading your comments, messages, questions that you send me, that you are looking at your desire from a distance. You're not truly being your desire. So let's say that you are in an aquarium museum where you're watching those fish from the outside. You're watching the fish swimming underwater, but you are on the other side of the aquarium. So, what happens here is that you are a spectator. You are not underwater yourself. So, the feeling that you have is really one that of a spectator, not the feeling of the person being underwater with the fish. Now, imagine that there is no glass all of a sudden. There is no glass between you and that aquarium. So all of a sudden, you are in the water with the fish. Well, your feeling at that point would be very different, wouldn't it? You would be wet. You would be running out of breath if you've been underwater long enough. And you would probably be scared of some of the big fish and so on. Now, there would be a huge difference, right, between you before being safe on the other side of the glass of the aquarium and you all of a sudden being in the aquarium. You would go from just being an observer to being an actor. It's the same thing with your manifestation. A lot of you are still very safe on the other side of the glass of the aquarium. You are looking at your desire, but you are not fully in your desire. You are looking from a distance. You are looking from the outside, but you are not fully in it. But the thing is, in order to manifest what you want, you need to be fully in it. Don't just watch your desire as something that you have to reach out to in order to manifest it. In order to manifest, you need to feel it. You need to step into that water. You need to feel the cold. You need to feel the warm. You need to feel the scare. You need to feel the wet. You need to feel what you want to manifest. If you're looking at your imagination as you are watching a movie, being completely outside of that movie instead of being an actor in the movie, it's going to be very difficult for you to manifest that which you want. So what you need to do is train yourself to feel, not just think with your head. How would it feel to have the money that you want? How would it feel to have the relationship that you want? How would it feel to be healthy? How would it feel to be 20 pounds lighter? You need to feel what you want, not just look at it, think of it just with your head. You need to step in that aquarium and get wet, not just looking from behind the safe glass and observe what you want. You need to get wet with what you want, so to speak. So what you do, you don't need to do this at night. You don't need to do sets. What you do is just sit down somewhere where you won't be disturbed for a little while. Close your eyes and go there in your imagination. I don't care how bad you may believe that you are at this. Imagination is a human gift. So as long as you are a human, you have the ability of imagining. Anyone with a normal functioning brain can use imagination, and maybe some people even who have some brain damage can still use their imagination. So you don't have basically any excuse. As long as your brain is alive, basically, you can imagine. So even if you believe that you're not good at imagining, it's just a lack of practice. So create a short scene. And when I say short, it's really short, no more than 10 seconds. Create a 10-second maximum scene and feel that scene with all your senses. What do you see? What do you touch? What do you hear? And even what can you smell and taste if it applies to your scene? And then, once you've got that, let your emotion build up. When you are taking acting classes, for example, and I have in the past because I was in acting, well, one of the first things that you learn as an acting student is to build on emotions that you imagine. There's nothing happening to you. You have to imagine it and you have to build emotions on that. Well, it's the same thing to become a great manifester. All you have to do is create a scene and use all the senses that you can use in that scene, and then let the emotions build. And if you create a scene that is really what you want, you should feel emotions. If you feel no emotions, well, besides the fact that you need practice, it's because maybe you don't want that thing. But if you really want what you want, and if you practice it, maybe not the first time, not the second, and not the third time, but after a while, you should be able to build on emotions. You should be able to feel that emotion of your wish fulfilled. Once you know how to do this, you have your short scene and you feel it with all your senses and emotion, it's a done deal. All you have to do is do this for a little while until you really feel that it's part of you and you fully believe it. And then you can even let it go and it will manifest in your life. Now, in order to gain more confidence in your manifesting powers, you don't have to do this only with your big desire, because we all have at least one biggest desire, much bigger than any other desires. What you can do is practice this with little things, things that you are pretty much not attached to, that you don't really care if they do or don't come. Practice this with little things, and when those little things that you have basically no attachment to manifest, this will help you truly gain confidence in your manifesting powers. And once you get that confidence with the little things, you'll get obviously more confidence about your big thing, your big desire that you want to manifest. So I hope this video was helpful to you, and I hope it was. Please subscribe, share the video, like the video as well. This helps my channel, and it also helps people just like you to find my videos and learn about manifesting their desire. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye for now.